Hey, what's up guys? It's Forest Man here. I'm here for the third video in my PvP attacks with no skill points. Before I get started, and this is going to be a fun video guys, I'm just going to look at probably 3 or 4 attacks that I've done today. But before I get started, I wanted to throw a shout out to my new alliance that I formed. We've already got 15, actually 16 members. We've got a really solid group, some great attackers. I'm really looking forward to where we're going to go. If you're interested and you think you've got what it takes to be a king, my new alliance is AW Kings, and that's with a star before and after. I think there's another group called just AW Kings. We're the ones with the star. Okay, let's get started. We'll look at a few attacks today. By the way, if you're wondering, this is not my normal base. I'll maybe do another video and kind of explain why this base is the way it is. Most of you probably know this, but I'm sure there's quite a few of you that don't. Let's look at my attacks today. The first attack that I want to show you guys, it's different than my typical PvP attack, and that's because I just used Juggernauts and it's on an easy base. That's going to be this Cloud Bala right here, level 49. This is one of those where it's a low base, but he had pretty decent loot. And I know it's a quick, easy attack for me to get 3 stars on, some good loot, and it's only a couple minutes training time for the units that I'm going to use. Generally in my attacks, I attack from 2 sides of the base with 2 groups of 20 Juggernauts. You'll see that in the next couple of attacks. This one, I pretty much do exact opposite, and I'll explain to you guys why whenever you see it. The reason I generally send Juggernauts in groups of 20 is so that they can break through walls fast and destroy weapons fast and that kind of thing, because you need it with those stronger walls. With a base like this, really the purpose of the Juggernauts is to take damage from all of the turrets that are in the base while my heroes kind of take out the bigger weapons. So instead of bringing them all in into one group or 2 groups where, you know, that entire group's going to be affected by the laser and the howitzer and all that stuff, I just spread them out and kind of let them slowly chip away at the base. While they're doing that, I'll drop in my heroes and I'll send them after the howitzers and the lasers first. Again, my heroes are pretty highly leveled up, so you know, obviously this will be a little bit easier for me than it will be for a lot of you guys. But that's a great reason why, you know, get those strong attacking heroes leveled up fast. So again, I'm just sending my heroes after the turrets while my Juggernauts go to work. I'll speed this up a little bit. With 40 jugs and 3 heroes, you know, I'll defeat this base, and I believe I have a minute and a half or so left, something like that. Yeah, there you go, a minute 36 seconds left. So really easy loot on that one, and that's a good way to kind of utilize the just Juggernaut attack. And you know, 40 jugs, that's 10 in each training center, so 5 minutes, and then plus my perk, so it's about 3.5 minutes or so for me to be ready for battle again. So that's a good example of the easy bases, one way you can do those really quickly. Next we'll take a look at a empty command center level 10. I keep hitting the wrong button here. Where's that one at? Sky 1, here we go. I mentioned it a second ago, and I'll kind of talk about my strategy before I show you the video, because there's going to be a lot that I'm going to tell you about. For the most part, I will attack from 2 sides of a base. Usually I'll go for 2 SAM turrets first, and kind of send my heroes to take out the SAM turrets. I really want to get those SAM turrets out of the way. We'll just go ahead and hit the replay button here, and I can talk you through it. Like the last video that I showed you and that battle at the end of that video, really the first thing I want to do is see if this base really is empty. And I didn't expect this one to be empty. There's not any dog tags, well, there's a couple of gears there at the bottom, but really not a whole lot left on this base. So the first thing I did was drop a single Juggernaut, and that's typical for me whenever I'm tripping the hangars, just to make sure that there's nothing too crazy in there. Excuse me. The next thing that I did was drop that Warbird so that it can take damage from the SAM turret, and immediately after I dropped the Warbird, I put the already one behind it. And then again, you can see I'm attacking or attaching my heroes to that SAM turret to get that taken out. You want to do that as quickly as possible. Now that I have all those going strong, I'm going to drop my second set of Juggernauts near the other SAM turret over there on the right side of the screen there. Once I get those pretty close, I'll drop my RD1, and then I'll do my Dragonfires, because obviously the Dragonfires are protected. The RD1 can take some damage from those SAM turrets, while the Dragonfires kind of help speed up the process of defeating that SAM turret. So that's why I did that. Just having 3 Dragonfires may not really seem like it serves much of a purpose, but I'll show you guys in another attack. I don't know if it'll be this video or a later one. If you can be really strategic with just those 3 Dragonfires, and they can take out 3 or 4 ground attack units, like, you know, if there's a laser, a howitzer, and a guardian all close to each other, drop those 3 Dragonfires and let them take them all out. It's, you know, they can be really effective if you use them wisely. Next, I'm going to start sending my heroes to those. The 2 big things that I'm watching out for that I want to make sure are taken out are the guardians, the howitzers, and excuse me, guardian howitzers and lasers before I start getting my assaults out, because those can take out assault units, you know, multiples at a time. So you want to make sure, yeah, you can see I'm making sure my Gideon was taking care of those guys. Once you have those taken out, then you don't really have to worry about your assaults getting destroyed by them. That's really it. I mean, this base is pretty much done at this point. All my Juggernauts for the most part are still alive. I really haven't lost many units at all during this battle, and I'll speed up to the end there. So this was an empty command center level 10, but still, it was fairly well upgraded, and I've 3-starred it with 30 seconds left. We'll take a look at one more replay, so I don't make this video too long. And again, the next one, I'll look at a couple more replays to give you guys some more tips, because every one of my attacks is different in some way, shape, or another. They're different because I do have so many different kinds of units, and there's so many different ways that you can use them. We'll look at Sniper's replay. Now this is a Command Center 9, but he had great loot, and he was also completely full with some decent units in his base. So you're going to get to see kind of how I go about attacking when there is stuff in the hangars and the command centers and all that good stuff. Again, the first thing I'll do is drop one Juggernaut up in the corner to see what's in that hangar. He's got a bunch of Goliaths, and I just noticed that the bunker is full as well. So there's a couple ways I can go about this. This way I chose to drop the excuse me, the Warbird first, because it can take a lot of fire from those Goliaths, while my ground units can take the Goliaths out. So basically I'm just distracting the Goliaths so my other units can take them out. And then of course you want to have your RD1 keeping those guys alive. Next, and as far as bunkers go, if there is a RPG in the bunker, you don't want to have a group of Juggernauts all together like my first group was. You want to separate them out a little bit, because they can still take out, the RPGs can take out multiple Juggernauts. So I'm basically spreading those out around that bunker a little bit to prevent too many of them from dying. The next thing I'm going to do, and this is how I usually attack a bunker, is I'll drop my other 2 RD1s on both sides of it. And I want to explain this to you because it's kind of a thing most people probably don't realize. If there are RPGs inside of a bunker, they shoot air target or air weapon, or I'm sorry, they shoot your aerial attackers first. So if there's a Warbird or if there's an RD1 or Dragonfires in the same area as your ground units, then those RPGs are going to shoot the air units first. And I do that a lot. I'll drop a Warbird right next to a bunker if I'm attacking at the bunker before I drop my my Juggernauts. I think I did that on the last video and my last replay there. So that'll help keep those ground units alive, because I know those Juggernauts are going to take that bunker out really quick, but I want to make sure I keep those together. So again, I dropped those 2, and you can see they took a hit from one of the RPGs in there. Also, that bunker had a spec op in it and it blew up. It killed a few of my Juggernauts, not enough for me to really worry too much about it. I found that the explosion from the C4 and the spec ops in those bunkers is pretty much pointless. I tried to use it for a while, but it doesn't ever kill what I think it should kill. The range is so small. The only thing it might damage is a few of your Juggernauts, but it's really not, it's not worth it. Replace one of those with a couple of snipers or an RPG, whatever else you want to do. The communication center was tripped here and 2 warbirds came out. So as soon as that happened, I dropped my 4 Goliaths to start working on those. And they'll go out pretty quickly here. Meanwhile, I've got, I think at this point I only have 2 heroes dropped because there's been a lot of, yeah, there we go, a lot of other stuff going on. Like I said earlier, I always try to get my heroes attached to those SAM turrets, which is what I just did there. Because you want to get those SAM turrets out fast. My RD1s are already weakening. My next hero up on the left just took out that howitzer up there to help, again, keep my ground units alive, because my heroes can take a lot of damage and the RD1 will catch up to them eventually. I'm not quite as concerned about my heroes taking some hits as I am losing 15 or 20 Juggernauts. Everything's going pretty smoothly at this point. It's probably about time that I'll start dropping my assault units to start helping clear things up. What I did do, if you'll notice up at the top corner, I knew I hadn't tripped this hangar yet, so I wanted to go ahead and trip it so I knew what was coming out of it. I assumed it was going to be dragon fires. I don't know why I assumed that, but I was correct. Whenever this little tiny assault up here trips it, I basically released all the rest of my assaults in that corner to try to take out whatever was going to be coming out of there. Then actually, you know, it's funny because in the battle they did come after my assault units. In the replay, they're not. It goes to show you, and I remember this battle well. They don't always go. The replays aren't always exactly how your battle went. Anyway, so those assaults are going to be coming from the top, and they'll probably die off pretty quickly because of that Guardian turret. No big deal. Either way, I 3-starred this base. This other hangar, I'm sorry, bunker up here, I guess that one may have been empty. No, C4. And those Juggernauts were right next to it, and it didn't kill them, so I don't know what the point is of that. It's probably one of the more useless pieces of this game. Anyways, so my ground units are basically going to finish this base off. I'll speed it up till the end here because I don't think there's really any other major strategic things I need to tell you about. There you go, Command Center 9 full, about 30 seconds left on the clock. Excuse me. Still getting over this cold. Again, you can see, I mean, all of my attacks today since yesterday. Also, I call them WAG. If you're on here and see this video, message me on Facebook, man. Keep ignoring me, jerk. But yeah, I did pretty well today. I tried to be really consistent since I knew I'd be making this video tonight. But lots of great attacks, lots of loot. I'll do some more videos in a couple days here, or some more replays to show you guys some more tips on my attacks. And we'll also have my first war with my new alliance probably in the next couple days as well. So I'll give you guys an update on how that's going. I guess that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.